And I'm about to show you a tournament game between W33 and Mitrelas, who will be playing against Regis and Miki. There's already a catch. Oh, that was fast. We're looking at the fight map stage. It's pretty weird because Mitrelas killed a lot of these horses, despite having no shooters around. So yeah, W33 and Mitrelas versus Regis and Miki, yeah. Right, that was a mistake. That's a mistake as well. Whoa. Yeah, Vagabonds are really definitely not tough. It seems like Regis is making... Oh, this fight is really ridiculous. I'm not sure if Regis lost something on the top, but he basically lost his entire army and Miki is really far away from the fight. There's really not much he can do, but Mitrelas has like no army left. Okay, I don't know. This is pretty risky from Miki, but he has like no alternatives. Has to try something. Regis is still trying to occupy. Yeah, this is pretty nice actually. With Miki sending some horses here, it worked pretty well. It might actually be enough. Now the key is to attack here fast. Yeah. That's really great job from Miki and Regis on the top. I didn't expect that. Yeah. I thought they were done. And that was a pretty amazing turn of events. So right now they will start picking the map. Right, so let's check. Let's check the tournament table while we're waiting. Browser, yeah. How does it work? Yeah, okay. So, so it's like this to see what's happening in the lobby as well. So, right now, we're looking at the game between SoundCloud and Hakuna. SoundCloud is W33 Mitrelas, while Hakuna is Miki and Regis. And the winner of this game is going to play against the winners. Team called Winners with Bozo and Sokol. I must admit this was a little surprise for me. I kind of expected... I didn't see the game yet. I need to watch this replay, but yesterday they won against Global Elite with Mexti and Napek. Maybe they're not in the greatest shape, but I still thought they should probably win. But this shows that Bozo and Sokol are going to be strong contenders for this year's tournament, maybe even for the win. Although I would still say that the winner of the game that we're about to see is going to be is going to have a bit bigger chance. Okay, so right now they banned E-Day and Lifkin War, Eruption and Golden Cliffs, which leaves us with Lifkin, Eruption, Golden, E-Day, which leaves us with Frozen Fjords and Frozen Passage, Plankton, Shadow Realm and Silverhaven. It's going to be interesting to see what they will pick. We've got two teams, both have huge spammers especially W33 and Mickey are pretty amazing. Regis, it depends. He can have awesome games. Like last game against my team, I was a bit disappointed. So hopefully today he's going to have his day. But we'll see. Okay, 2 more maps banned. So we've got Plankton, Shadow Realm, and Silverhaven. I think that these are the 3 maps that we left. We had left, and we were choosing from them in the previous game, which is interesting. And now W33 and Mitralas will pick. I have a feeling they're gonna pick Shadow, but I don't know. Plankton is the surprising choice here. Silverhaven is a bit risky because Mickey and Regis should be pretty good there, unless... But on the other hand, there's a pretty big random factor on this map, same on Plankton actually, so it's a bit of a risky choice if you're a good base builder and you rely on pre-builds a lot. So we're waiting for W33 and Betrayals to pick the map to be played. Right from these 3. Shadow Realm and Silverhaven are banned, so we're going to see a game on Plankton. Alright. That's how it looks like right now. So while we still have some time, let's take a quick look at the situation of the tournament right now. So the team behaved badly, which is Assange and Alonso, is going to play against Motherland, the contenders for this tournament, the most favored team to win by people, no matter who you ask, I guess. Little Stod is gross, so on paper it's pretty one-sided, but we'll see if Alonso and Assange will be able to give them a hard time here. And the winner of this game is going to play against Wheelchair, which is Vovets and Classic. I already told you about the other part of the ladder here, but we also have the loser bracket, where we've got how do I read this? Okay, so team Pryszcze, Philo and SLS will play against R2C, which means the loser of the game we are about to see right now. Global Elite are waiting for the winner of the game Sick Imagination versus Don't Misbehave. Might be pretty interesting when it's Mets and Shady versus Trash and PNR. Then we've got my own team's game, me and Ellie or Zayaclenka versus I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this. This is Golem and Gamer, and the winner will be playing against the loser from this game. And finally, spectators will play against Juga or Juga. So that's General Stalmek and Zoltan against Skeleton Sinki. And that's how it looks like. Okay, so there's okay. Still waiting for the game to start. Regis is still not ready. Okay, there we go. Hoping for a nice and brutal game today. Okay, so Regis has really tough location of the storehouse. Yeah, Vovets noticed the same thing right away. I would say Mickey has a regular one. That'll be 33, a bit tricky because the stonemasons are right into his storehouse. He loses a lot of space below it. I don't know, but it's overall right in the middle, so it's not that bad. Like he can, I would probably try to cut down this part and maybe make trees on the right. It's a bit tricky to switch sides with the forest, but it will have a bit of an advantage that he will have a lot of space here. The alternative is to go like there. Might not be enough space for his city. It will be interesting to see what happens, what kind of choice he makes. While Mitrelas, yeah, pretty similar story. Like almost the same placement as W33. Yeah, definitely. The top left has way worse, or maybe not. I mean, these locations seem a bit better actually. Okay, so looking at Regis' location, Regis's location, it's a bit weird. Couple of trees over here. Definitely a lot of space. I can actually talk about Regis's and Mickey's locations at the same time because they look pretty much the same, with little differences. Slightly better location for Mickey maybe because the gold is a bit closer. Apart from that, they can make their forests like here, and in case of Regis I would also go for this gold over there, but apart from that I would focus on the bottom as when it comes to iron protection. Maybe take the second gold over here. In Mickey's situation he can choose, but probably taking yeah, but there's only 2 iron mines over there, so he has to take this one as well. But he doesn't have to do it right away. He can make the core of his city like here, same in Regis's case, and keep yeah, this don't really understand how this map works because it, for me it looks like there's a massive advantage for for the top team. When I look at this, all I see is a lot of space, but it's behind the stonemasons, and on top of that you can see that Regis and Mickey have they even have stonemasons like way easier to do, because they're going from the bottom. So I would say this is there's a few fundamental issues with this map. I hope Thunder is watching, because I believe there could be some stuff improved here. Wait, is this Thunder's? I thought it was Thunder's, but I'm not sure right now. Let me check. Remake. No, not here. Here. Plankton. Yep. Thunder. Okay, so when you look at the locations of W33 and Michelas, you can see that they have no open space in a good place. They can't build so easily as Mickey and Regis. They have to go around the mountain, and what's even worse, like, I mean, their storehouse gets left on one side of these mountains, these stone mountains, and the rest of the city has to be built like here, unless they want to switch it up with this forest and keep building in this area. In case of W33, that's what I would do probably. In case of Michelas, that's not gonna help too much. This is really weird. I really don't understand the idea behind the way these bottom locations are way worse than the top. And to add insult to the injury, there's even a bigger distance towards iron here on the bottom. Maybe this one is closer, but then it's even worse because you have like no space at all to build the iron production. Like, I'm really sorry, Thunder, but looking at the locations here, I've got a feeling that you deliberately made them as hard as saying the word deliberately. Yeah. Because like I'm looking at it and that just doesn't make sense any other way. Sorry. Still, I hope there'll be some balance. Maybe the fact that the team that won the fight has better locks means that like the most important thing about this tournament, if you choose this map, is winning the fight. So actually pretty great choice from Regis and Mickey when it comes to that. They have massive advantage right now. Or actually, wait. No, it was Michelas and W33 choosing them up, so pretty bad choice from them. Honestly, I would rather play... Well, no, because Silverhaven has a similar problem. There's one location which is really bad with the storehouse placement. I mean, even no matter storehouse placement, location 7. So if I was in place of Mickey and Regis, I would simply make the opponents play 7 and 8, which are the bottom left locks. And that's GG as well. Still, it would be a bit less of a difference, I think, because these locations are really screwed up for the bottom team. So I guess Shadow Realm would be probably the most sane choice. I don't remember any strange setups on that map, although let me see what the tournament rules say about it. Shadow Realm, team members choose neighborhood locations, try to keep one location between the teams. Sounds fair. Yeah, so Shadow would be pretty fair. and campy at the same time. That's true, but still, really don't understand the choice, the design choices for these locations. Okay. Let's try to keep our eye on what happens to the bases. Yeah, as you can see, Mickey already starts making a lot of farms. Nice lags, by the way. And it will be incredibly easy. Sorry, incredibly easy for him to do so. No farm from Regis. That's interesting, but seems like he prioritizes making gold mine first. They'll be fair to few Mitrellas are... Well, they don't seem to be bothered by playing these strange locks, and they just soldier on. Seems like W33 is choosing to clear out this right side here, while Mitrellas took the opposite approach, and he plants trees on the left side, so he's probably gonna to Regis. Regis. Come on, I have to use the English pronunciation, right? So it's gonna be Regis. Like it's going to be Fido if Fido plays another game in this tournament before he gets eliminated. Okay, so I almost like what I see in Mitrellas's base. Yeah, it will be really interesting to see what happens here. I mean, I played this lock that W33 is playing. It was really fun to play, but at the same time, I don't really... I think I had a pretty nice base somehow, but... yeah, I had a good game, definitely, but I always felt that I play such locations better than the others, like when you compare it to normal and usual skill level, because like I have some sort of a thing for weird locations. But we'll see what W33 will do. Seems like he's trying to put the farms on the right side here and go for the... Yeah, I think I did something something like that as well. I think I went for the bottom iron, but I'm not too sure. And I moved the entire city like here, but this is a little tricky because it's not going to work too well. Like, you will have massive problems with your base, unless you have a lot of serfs and really good shortcuts. Then it's probably manageable. Okay. Alright, on the top we can see that Mickey is already going. I really wonder why he's going for this iron mine when it would be way easier for him to make this one, I guess. It's a bit closer to, or maybe not. Nah, I don't understand it. You can see Mitraillas is already making a shortcut. I think this is a pretty nice idea in on a lock like this. Because one of the issues is definitely going to be the roads will not work that well on a location like that. He might need a shortcut like this later on too, or like this maybe, to make it as small as possible, the road problem, you know. So yeah, this is going to pay off in the future. The sad thing is that he may run out of stone soonish. And yeah, that's a mistake, nicely pointed out by Vovets, that he might wish to make this road in a while, so this is a bit weird. Right. One nice thing about this map is that the layout is really easy to show while streaming. We can take a look at two locations at the same time. This is pretty neat. Not sure if it was a feature that Thunder thought about, but it looks really nice. It was some kind of automation in KaM Remake where I could just make it switch every 30 seconds between these two locations. I wouldn't even need to touch my mouse. So yeah, you can see that Mitraillas is going for a compact base and W33 is going for something that is definitely not going to be compact. Does he have a solution for that problem? Looking at them, definitely he's got a little more source. Yeah, in the meantime, you can see Regis has imba easy build to do. Normally I would say, hey, he needs a shortcut right away, but it doesn't seem like it's even needed at the moment. Most of the stuff that's going to happen here right now is going to be for a while, at least until there's some stuff being cut in these farms, for example. But most of the stuff that's gonna be going on over here is going to be on the right side for now. They only need stones from the top and they can deliver them without a road, so they're just gonna go like this. The secret of the locations is to use the gap of the stone hill. Yeah, that's exactly what Mitraillas did. I also did that, I remember, and this definitely helps, but it's really not the same way on the top and bottom. You can see that Regis and Mickey have a pretty much sandbox style gaming. They can do whatever they want. They can do like 15 farms gaming, whatever they want, really. They have like 100% freedom. And what do W33 and Mitraillas have? They have massive headaches, problems, etc. Because, okay, I mean, if there was a similar thing on the top, like here, where you have to make this road to survive, I would say, alright, this works. But look at Regis and Mickey. They can just ignore this part. So if you want to make this map work like this, you have to do something to the bottom, because this just invites them to make a normal build and have a minor inconvenience in form of one gold and iron mountain on the top, and that's it. I can't believe how you missed that down, really. I don't understand it, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. And I'm pretty sure that the peacetime armies may show that. I would be really surprised when I have to eat my words when W33 and Mitrelas have way better peacetime army or comparable peacetime army to Regis and Mickey. After seeing previous games, I would say that normally, when I would have to rank these players here, I would probably say out of these four, Regis might have the worst base. Then I don't know about Mitrelas because he played a really tough location in the previous tournament game and had an excellent base. So the three other players are possibly on a similar level, but I'm only talking about the last games, so there's a real possibility that Regis may have a much better base than the others when he doesn't have a worse day. And I think he definitely had one last time, so I'm pretty hopeful for a good base this time. And right now it looks lovely, like the best looking base so far, I guess. Mickey is not bad either, but might need this shortcut and then it should be pretty fine. There's a little too much here. Yeah, I'd rather take Regis's base right now. And they have pretty similar layout, so they're not constrained like the bottom guys are. So yeah, this looks way better for me than the bottom in both cases, but for now I'll probably pick Regis's base. Similar amount of buildings, iron production running already. Well, at least okay, that's actually similar on both in both of these bases. They both need the third one. Slightly better gold on the right side. Yeah, looking here, we can see that the gold is slightly better, like similar to Mickey, I guess. Wait, Mitrelas has two gold smelters, so it's the best for sure. One thing that saves these locations is the fact that the mines are a bit slower, closer, sorry. But yeah, well, I think this is a terrible mistake from Mitrelas. Oh wait, he's cutting only. Alright, that can work. Yeah, okay, Mitrelas found a really good thing to do on this lock, and that is cutting this forest. I think it's a bit easier for him to do that than for W33. But he left the bottom one. This is a pretty clever idea. So he only makes the farms on the bottom and makes the shortcut here, and he plans to cut everything over there and make the core of the city in this area. It's a bit risky, but probably good idea. One thing I'm worried about is how the stonemasons will be working in this setup, but ironically it might work quite well. It's a really unorthodox base, but I can see how it will work probably. And it's also really clever how he puts the iron buildings like here. Yeah. I like this a lot. This might actually be a build that may be on the level of the top guys. I still don't like the skill. No, sorry. I still don't like the balance between top and bottom teams. It's ridiculously screwed up. But it seems like Mitrelas is even better than I expected. I don't know if he will have results, but he definitely took the right approach for this lock, and I'm really impressed. Looking at W33, I wait with judgment until the end of peacetime, at least until 15 more minutes. But I've got a feeling that he's trying the wrong kind of thing here. Yeah, now he's making this shortcut. But his base is so spread out. Like, it looks a bit different than what Mitrelas is doing, right? That it might not work. On the other hand, though... Wait, okay, if you take a look here, he also managed to cram most of his base, like, right here, which at the moment looks pretty much the same as what Mitrelas is aiming for. But I'm afraid that while Mitrelas has more of a problem, like, he started building everywhere, but he will continue making the most important buildings on the right, and this is a good long-term choice. W33 did the kind of opposite thing, and he made a really good short-term choice by making a lot of buildings at the core of the base, like right here, and be like right there. But he's about to lose the building space for his stuff over there, so he's gonna have to move like here and make his base way bigger. This may pay off as well, though when he makes a lot of serves it might start working, but at the moment I'm afraid he may have some problems. He's got a little more serves than Mitrelas, but still. A lot of builders, 25, whoa. I'm afraid he might not be fast enough to make enough gold for this setup. Okay, well, definitely this is a really interesting game from the point of view of base building. Way more interesting than the ones I have shown so far because of this map. It's horribly imbalanced, but on the other hand, the locations are really interesting to see. So, like, especially the bottom ones, because the top ones, Mickey's location is a bit interesting, or at least the way he's building is interesting to see. But what Regis is doing, this is just classical, normal kind of base building. So he's going to have a massive base probably. I'll be really surprised if Regis is not the best spammer in this game. I'm not ruling out Mitrelas though, because he had a really impressive start, which might... But it might take a while actually before... Maybe not... Impressive start is not the right way to put it. More like... The start may be slow, but the planning is pretty impressive. In a second, be back. All right, so you can see the bottom guys have like 5 farms, while the top has 6 on the left and 7 on the right. I'm a bit afraid about the long-term possibilities of the bottom blocks as well. Although Okay, what kind of stuff they're going for? So we've got Regis, 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 yeah, going for um, 3+1, 3+1, about here, 3+0, and yeah, seems like the bottom team cannot afford stables right now, and that's how it looks when we've got imbalanced, horribly imbalanced locations. I'm pretty interested about one thing though. This is Plankton. Who played it before and who won? Plankton was played by Don't Misbehave versus Wheelchair. And Winners versus Global Elite. Alright, I start seeing a pattern over here. I'm asking around if what I think is right, because I remember in Don't Misbehave versus Wheelchair the top team won, and yeah, someone confirmed to me that the same situation was in Sokol Boco versus Mexican Tinapek. Yeah. So, in case anyone had any doubts if this map should be in the tournament, I think it should be either fixed or it should not be here. We already had at least 2 games. Yeah, we had 2 games on this map, and both were won by top teams, which in both situations I think there was a bit more chance that the bottom team would win on paper. Before seeing the game, that's what I would bet. Like, if I had to bet between Vovets Classic and Mers Shady, I would probably bet Mers and Shady. Although, mostly because I didn't see Vovets and Classic for a while in tournaments. And Mers and Shady have pretty good both fighting and bases. Pretty similar thing between Sokol Boco versus Napek Mexti. They're pretty even teams, but I would still say Napek and Mexti should win. And now we've got W33 and Mitrelas versus Regis and Mickey, and I'm starting to get afraid that the bottom team might have it way harder because of the lack of balance between the locations. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. 18 minutes left. At this point of time, we should already see what kind of army they are going to make. Seems like the bottom team is going strongly for iron spam, while the top doesn't have barracks yet. That's interesting. They've got such good locks that they went for such big bases that they can't make barracks yet. That's funny. Well, definitely they've got monster bases for long term. One could obviously argue that knowing the maps in the tournament is part of the game, but I would still say that this is really unfair and really strange idea to put such a map in such a broken state. I really don't want to pick on Thunder, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is something that has to change in the future for sure. Especially that the map is quite interesting, I'd say. This is a really strange layout, which I never really saw before in similar shape. Both regarding the battlefield, it's a really tricky one and definitely something nice and fresh. And the locations are pretty interesting because nobody really makes locations like this. So if the balance issues were ironed out, it would be a pretty interesting map for 2v2 games. I'd even love to see a 4v4 version, even though it would be pretty hard to make probably, because if you just make a cross kind of situation and add the missing blocks like here and there, it's not really going to work well. But you could make a third one, like 3 versus 3 would work here, I guess. Put some distance over there, make the third locations like here and like there, something like that, with an alternate way. Yeah, something like this could work. No more than 3 versus 3, I'd say, but yeah. Not a lot of. Oh wait, already a lot of iron. Okay, where's the iron prod, by the way? Okay. So Mickey doesn't really have a lot of iron unless they're bringing out. Okay, we need to wait until we can say for sure. And yeah, like I said before, Regis's base is just too spammy for this game. Like I can't see how they could lose this with the bases like that. Can't really see any obvious problems. Let's take a look at the amount of buildings, the critical ones. We've got 7 farms from Mickey and 8 farms from Regis. 1 more being built here. Okay, we've got 3+1 set up from both these players regarding swine farms and stables. And obviously we've got 8, 10, so enough. Regis needs 2 more coal mines, but apart from that, seems fine. Weapon workshops, yeah, he doesn't have the iron, the leather production ready. Mickey already has. Let's take a look at W33. So we've got 3+0 set up. Oh, 3+1 for Mitrellas, that's cool. But it was a bit later stables than the opponents had them, so it's not great. 7 farms for both these players, so slightly worse than what we had here. It was 8+7. Pretty similar, but still, I'm pretty sure they were a bit later with their farms than the top team. What else do we have here? The leather production is working. Actually, it might just have happened that the bottom team has a quite nice game, and they may be able to go close to the top's level, but the iron is especially pretty interesting. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, this is a bit of a big mistake in Mickey's base. A lot of surf movement going through here, where there's no shortcut, because he miscalculated, I guess, a bit, and made the farm on the right. So this is a mistake of Mickey, but there's no alternate road over there. Yeah. But let's take a look at the barracks. At the moment, it looks like, okay, we've got about 30 staff. Yeah, definitely way better iron production for the bottom team. Way better, yeah, somehow. Maybe they will catch up. I don't know how much they have installed over there. Where's the storehouse? Was it destroyed already? Sorry. This is the weird placement. Well, definitely the placement of storehouse is a bit weird. But that's the end of the problems with this location. It's interesting to see this this part of the city without no shortcuts from the left to the right here. No shortcut here. Most of the movement goes like here. And this is a really big base with barely any shortcuts. I really think Regis should make some. And this might be what will hold him back a little bit. You can see that the entire movement in this base goes through this road. Partially because there's some buildings being built still, but I believe this is a huge mistake from Regis to not care about the shortcuts. Make an alternate road here, that would make things so much easier for the serfs, really. I can't see how he doesn't see it. And having such a good log would be a big shame if he doesn't utilize his location well enough. Yeah, you can see, apart from this little problem here, Mickey's situation looks a bit better. There's still pretty much one road gaming over there, but yeah. Although, yeah, it's not the worst. There's clearly no middle of the base. Like he should have left this area of the base empty. Like no farms here, just buildings, and the second road over there, something like this. That could work pretty well, and make the core of the base on the left instead of on the right. But I can see how this could be a bit tricky in the early game. Yeah. Okay. It's 8 minutes till the peacetime, and I gotta say that the numbers I see here are not really that great. But this is a really interesting turn of events. I did not anticipate this. You can see that the players on the bottom have way better armies. I mean, one thing I was sadly right about is that Regis has what looks to be the worst army of all these 4 players right now. Worst leather production, and yeah, maybe worst iron, not sure. Iron is probably comparable. We've got like 30, around 40 something. Oh wait, 40 something from Regis. 40 something similar here. Alright, okay, there's just no contest when it comes to iron. The right set is way better. Same goes to... Okay, Regis has pretty bad leather as well. Front 5, but they have horses, and this is something to note. Mickey's leather is on the level of the bottom team. And actually Mickey's leather plus horses is better, so I would say the best the bottom goes for spam, that's pretty evident. Okay, what's happening over here? Oh, this is pretty lame. Yeah, and he didn't notice. Okay, that's a huge mistake. In the critical moment when you need the recruits. Whoa, okay. So this... I did not expect so many mistakes in this game from such good players. One thing that is done right by this map is introducing challenges. I fail to understand a bit what kind of challenge was there on the Regis's log, apart from the crappy storehouse place, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal, I think. I don't know. Well, at least the game is becoming much more interesting. Oh wait, by the way, how does Regis plan to fight without swords? Okay. There's so many plot twists in this game. Well, at the moment, I would say definitely best player would be... I would probably say W33. For the amount of iron is way better than Mickey. Although, when we compare it with Mitrelas, it's hard to say. Pretty similar actually, yeah. So somehow the bottom managed to make better army than the top. Somehow. One thing that everyone has in common is less swords than needed. At the moment 4, 7 goes like 11, 25, 30, 40, 41. All players combined have 41 swords. Lol. And 2 minutes left. This is interesting. I mean, for the bottom guys, I think this is like, especially for W33, who also has 14 pikes. And yeah, Michela slightly as well, he has 8. A bit more to make up for, but it's manageable. For Regis and Mickey, all they can hope for is to... yeah, they also have a lot of pikes, but the amount of swords is slightly worse than expected. Still, ladder production from Mickey and the horses, definitely the best player regarding the farming setup. Okay, so to sum up, we've got way better iron from the bottom team and overall slightly better ladder production. Good recruits from the bottom, really bad recruits from Regis. Yeah, this looks like a bit of a disaster for the top side team, somehow. I really didn't anticipate this coming. So yeah, to sum it up, Regis, 8 swords, 8 pikes, 30 bows, 7 horses. Yeah, so like the only melee is this. Mickey, 12 pikes, 8 horses, 12 swords and 43 bows. Not that bad. Then we've got W33 with 3 horses, 18 swords, 16 pikes and about 40 or 50 ladder. Finally, we've got slightly low on the recruits, just like Regis. We've got Mitrelas with 46 ladder and a lot of iron as well, about 30 something. About 30 I think. So yeah, right now it looks like we've got a massive advantage from the bottom team, and that's something I would have never bet for after I saw first 30 minutes of the game. This is really interesting, and it shows that W33 and Mitrelas are probably going to be in the final of this tournament. I said that right now. I didn't even see Bozo and Sokol yet. So I'm sorry Sokol, but you have a really tough players to play against in the next round. If I remember the ladder correctly, yeah. Okay, so... yeah, it was definitely fun to see the base building part. I can't see how the top could turn it around other than camping like hell and waiting to make up for the missing swords. It's going to be a tough one for sure. One thing, however, that the top has way better is the amount of horses. They lack recruits and iron, but they have the horses. So if they do it right, they could close the bottom guys in and not let them scout too much on the top, which could be really good for the top team and would give them a real chance. Okay, so we've got a little break right now, and after that We're gonna see what happens after peacetime. Definitely an interesting game. A little one-sided right now, it seems, at least, but there is a lot of possibilities for the top team to do the right thing and make this game longer than right now we expect it to be. So give me 2 minutes and I'll be back to show you what happens after peacetime. Alright, so we're back after peacetime and we're about to see what happens in this high level game of hell of a game of Night Merchants Remake being played between W33 and Mitralas against Regis and Mikus, or Mickey. So let's see this, the scouting phase. Mitralas had no horses, I think. Well, at least they had a really tough time getting out. Ah, he's got one. Okay. Alright. 2, 3. Okay. Another nice thing about the layout of this map is that you can easily observe everything that's happening in this game without zooming in too much, zooming out too much. We can see it's pretty easy to scout over on this map, I think. That being said, there's a lot of distance to cover, so it makes it a bit harder. I mean, it's easy up to a point, yeah. So maybe not that easy. Depends on how much you determined to do it. We've got a really beautiful formation of troops from W33. Not sure if this is a tactic or what. Anyway, you can see that Mickey and Regis they don't really want to take their troops out yet, somehow. Possibly looking for a long game. But the map is so huge that, I mean, kind of big at least, that even if the bottom team has way better scouts, they still don't see anything. Like they don't see the armies, so they will have to move forward here and fight. Yeah, so I'd say looking at what is happening right now, I would say that the top definitely has a lot of time to play to fake having a big army. Right, Mickey's army is looking good enough. You can see that Mitrela's and Regi's armies are pretty similar. What happened here? I thought Mitrela's had the recruit problem. Ah, okay. So this is going to be tough, yeah. And now he noticed that he has to make this road. Funny, by the way. Okay, he salvaged a little bit this situation. I don't know why he didn't make this building here, but that's another story. This is a pretty weird placement, I'd say. But yeah, this evens out the chances a little bit. I even think that something happened in W33's base as well. Ah, come on. Okay, so let's wait for 15 minutes until something happens. In the meantime, we can check every base again, maybe laugh a bit at the players having some hunger, like Mickey. Oh wait, no, Mickey has 2 wins. Never mind, take that back. Oh, still, this is pretty interesting that he didn't make a road over here. Didn't bother. So we have to go around over there. Ah. Pretty weird choice to put this building over here. How's the food production? Ah, thank you. I did this to myself, so yeah. Ah, sorry, forgot about the delay. So I better write it. Right. So is there a second in? Not really. What kind of food production are we looking at? We've got 4 pig farms, 2 piggy makers, sorry, sausage makers, nothing else. Mickey, on the other hand, has a little more buildings. Yeah, pretty impressive farming setup. So this is going to be a pretty great long-term base. And at the moment, it seems like both teams are shit scared of their enemy. So I don't really see any kind of action going on in the next couple minutes. Although one nice thing is that the bottom finally made some progress on scouting over here. So they see a little more. Same goes for the top team actually. I mean, they didn't scout much, but they see enough because the bottom team moved a bit to the top, a bit forward. In the meantime, let's see how the situation looks like regarding the food production here. He desperately needs the second in and he's making it right now. Apart from that, looks fine. Maybe needs one more vineyard. I can't tell. He's got enough sausages and not enough space in the inn, so that's the biggest problem at the moment. A problem he can probably solve soon. Not much movement of the troops this game. Mitrelas. Okay, looks like a pretty good setup for the food production, but it's not working too well yet. Oh, wait, he's got a second in somewhere. Whoa, this is a pretty interesting location for it. And trading for horses. I mean, does it make any sense? He's got the axe production in the weapons workshops on the top of the base. He's got the barracks here. And he's got the marketplace at the bottom. I don't get it. It's not like he's got any other place to do it. I mean, maybe here. That would actually make sense. It would work like a barricade as well. So it's some added value, and it's pretty close to this building. So yeah, this is a pretty ridiculous location. And on top of that, there's a lot of movement here. It really needs a second shortcut somewhere like here maybe, and here. Or maybe... this ain't gonna work. can see that Mitrela still has a massive problem to take the troops out because of well, he desperately needs a second school, that's for sure. He's making a lot of gold mines. He's going to get there eventually, that's for sure, but he still needs a little while. His army is pretty good already. I'm just asking one question, is he going to have enough to take all of this stuff out by the time there's a big fight? And the second question is, what about wood production? At the moment it doesn't really seem like it's working well, and I can see why. Just look at these woodcutters. There's a space for one woodcutter here at best. Oh wait a second, what are they showing? Yeah, the iron. He didn't take this iron. He's got space for two, if I see correctly. And he's lacking this guy, and this guy is dying, seems. Second in being made. Interesting stuff. They're moving a little bit, by the way. I'm gonna ping this because this is really interesting. Vovets will definitely want to see this. This would be nice. Like it doesn't cost him anything at this point of time, and it's really needed, I think, to make some extra wood production. There's a lot of dying in this base, by the way. I think this second in is in a really strange spot, and definitely there's a lot of unnecessary movement. It's really this base really begs for a lot of shortcuts over here. But let's take another look at the bottom. I mean at the middle, because we've got some movement over here. Yeah, they're moving. What's the time? Here. I think they want to get a better position. They've got so many troops that they could actually try to go around the mountain over here. And that's when they will probably notice how easy it is to attack Mickey. Which is probably something I would do right now. They actually see this, okay. Yeah, so that's what they're gonna do, I think. Mickey and Regis should probably go back like here and here. Although they don't have enough army to do this, I'm afraid. But that's exactly what Mitrelas is gonna do. He's gonna move to the top. Still, this is not the perfect place for attacking, because if he can make a catch like here, and this is impossible, I think, then alright, but I've got my doubts. But they forced Mickey and Regis to go upwards, which leaves W33 enough space to make an attack. I'm not yet sure if he wants to do that or not, but there's some movement at least. Still, it's completely free kills for Mitrelas. I mean, it's completely free for him to go and start destroying Mickey's base or harass him a little bit. There's like nothing he can really do at the moment. So if I were Mitrelas, I would definitely try that. And the problem is, this situation is a bit risky for Mitrelas to get in. He can get caught easily. And he's going to get caught. That was a trap, yeah. I don't see how he didn't see that. Maybe he wanted that, but his teammate is massively unprepared. But Regis is not prepared as well. So if W33 does it right, it might work. But I don't think he's going to win this. I'm not sure if Vova saw this, so I'm gonna... Yeah, he did. This is going to get obliterated. Alright. There's no way they can win this. Mickey will win. Although W33 is doing some great stuff at the bottom, and Michelas is doing the right thing as well. Okay, this is not over yet. It's tricky, but they can do this. Depends on this. If Mickey attacks here, yeah, okay. It's probably GG. Because even if W33 wins, he doesn't have enough time to do anything. Yeah, it was a terrible mistake from Mitrela's side to go in and sandwich himself here. Like, that kind of fighting doesn't have place at this stage of the tournament. Really sad to see this. I hoped for a better fight. And W33 is massively overpowered over here. Yep. Only thing they could do is try to retreat to their base. It still might save them. They killed a lot, but Mickey has a lot left. If they can have some reinforcements... I wouldn't catch if I was with W33. I would just go back all the way to the base. This can actually save their army. Okay, let's see what Michelas can do. He had so many troops coming that he might actually be able to train some more. Okay, but he doesn't have wooden weapons. Yeah, he doesn't see the problem. Whoa, amazing. Doesn't he wonder why he has so many leather jackets? Alright, seems like this is going to be GG very soon. Yeah, I see no chance. Can keep coming back, and W33 still has a lot of recruits and he could make a lot of army. So this is the good news. Still, I think the top team doesn't see much. Okay, at some point eventually they will have to start scouting. This is I think this is not over yet. Yeah, the difference is not that great. The top doesn't have enough to attack. Okay, so prepare yourselves for 3-hour gaming, guys and girls. It seems like this is gonna be a tough one, because by the time the top team can come to the bottom, they can already have reinforcements. Yeah, they have enough right now. And we can also see that Mickey has similar problems to Mitrela's. He has a bit better woodcutter, so I don't really get this, but yeah. He needs more. No such problems from W33 or the Regis. Although Regis probably wishes he had 10 more pikes, because he's lacking a few for these ammos. And yeah, he still refuses to make 2 additional iron mines. He doesn't have to yet. It's near though, very near. I'd probably make 1. Or make them, yeah. He's gonna get out of coal as well pretty soon. Probably would be a nice idea to rebuild the entire base and then refocus on the top. Make the iron buildings, etc. Okay. The funny thing is, the top team no longer has an advantage. Okay, so this may be a long game actually. I think W33 is spamming so nicely that it's going to be a tough one to win for the top. And he saved most of his bows, so it seems quite even at the moment. The combined power of two players on the bottom is the same when it comes to the bowman, and are probably a bit higher, maybe not, still similar when it comes to melee. One thing that the bottom doesn't have though is the amount of horses that Regis still has. Regis doesn't have melee though, but I'd still take horses obviously over extra melee. Although W33 has a lot of pikes, so it makes things a bit more complicated. Let's take another look at the situation in the bases. I think that Regis went over his food problems. Now it's working pretty well. 6 wild farms, whoa. 11 farms, yeah. He's got more than he can, actually than he can process, yeah. More than he can process. This was a nice decision too, to destroy this building, I guess. From Mickey. 11 farms as well, 5 plus 1, 1, 1. Yeah, he might need one more piggy farm, maybe. But yeah, pretty monstrous bases we've got over here. A really quick look because I think they're about to fight soon. So W33's got 4 pig farms. Yeah, it looks like the top has better long-term setup, but it's not a question of location imbalance anymore, I think. And yeah, definitely Mitrelas should do something regarding his base, or otherwise they're gonna get outspammed soon. And now he's catching, and this is a good catch for a change. A catch around the mountain, and he's going to surround Mickey a little bit. So I like what I see right now. And Mickey's bows, they're shooting in a weird way. There's a lot more than the bottom has here, though. And there's a horse killing all these bows over there. This is pretty nice. And I still think Mitrelas is gonna win this one, even despite the horses here. W33 is going to help. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. The horse was killed over here. No, Mitrelas is gonna fail, although there's still these pikes and they caught the horses. This is pretty good. And all he needs to do is divide these and catch these and send these here, and it might work. Okay, it's not the worst, but he really needs to kill these two. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a draw, more or less. But yeah, they decided to retreat, and that's the moment they should start chasing the top, but they are really slow. What's worse is that most of W33's soldiers are pretty old, so they're gonna get hungry. And there's a catch. Okay, that was a good decision, I think. Although, yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. They're gonna retreat easily. But almost there. Come on. Okay, maybe it was a good decision to not catch right now because there's some more reinforcements. Yeah, they can't win this. They need to go back. Need to go back like hell. They really need a lot more melee at the moment, and this is something they can't get. So if the top team attacks right away, and if they do it well, it could work. The problem is though that the top team has less bows. It would pay off for the top team to wait a little bit until these bows die. That could be a good decision. Quick look to Mitralas's base. We've got, yeah, like I noticed before, we've got a bit worse farming setup from the bottom team. They're trying to catch up to what the top has. When it comes to the iron production, Regis has to rebuild right now. Mickey has pretty nice setup with 3 here. Yeah, then Mitralas has way better. Yeah, the best setup for iron right now is probably from Mitralas, although at least on paper. This is still running. How much does he have here? Does he use... Oh yeah, he was trying to trade probably, but I'm not sure if it worked. Alright. Still, if you see the distance from here to here, you can see how it ain't gonna work that well. He would need to have above 100 shares for a base like this, I think. Really horrible shortcuts. Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger, so it's not going to work too well. He really needs to make a lot of fixes here. You can see from the amount of army he's making that something's working really bad. I can't wait to see the charts of his city after peacetime, because I'm pretty sure even if it was working quite nicely when it was a base like this, when he started building here, and yeah, it's definitely not working too well. Alright. There's a lot of hungry troops. I wonder what they're gonna do about it. I think there's gonna be an attack from the top once this dies off. There's a high possibility of that happening. Although I'm pretty sure that they're gonna attack first. Did they do that? Oh. Ah, I pushed the space button. Never mind. Going back to ensure that W33 can't attack them. Quite clever, campy, but yeah. I don't really see much chance for... Wait, who has only 2 sawmills? That's impossible. Alright, so there goes half of the bows from W33. Still looks better than I thought. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. But once these both die, I think the situation of the top team is going to be tougher. There's still a lot left here. Yeah. It seems like the top team isn't going to wait. They know what they're fighting for, and they see the numbers. They know they have to attack. And actually it makes some sense to attack here. And there goes a catch. That's interesting. I don't think that was intended, but it sure worked somehow. Advancing here. At the moment, okay, it's a bit too late. They're already dying. But yeah, it's not too bad. There's a high chance for the top team to win this. At the moment, at least. You just need to get rid of the enemy. Yeah, they won on the top, and on the bottom they have better position and better troops. So unless these shooters are really great at the job, yeah, already top is lost for the bottom team. It looks like GG, but then half of the army dies right now. Interesting. The problem is, I mean, they have to regroup and take back the troops a bit. Maybe they would have a chance. And they have to shoot. Ah, come on. Okay, the bottom team didn't play this that well right now, so... Yeah, that's probably GG. It's not sure yet, but it looks really bad for the bottom. And there goes the horses. There go the horses. And there's another catch. And yeah, this time they're probably not going to be able to get back to the towers. It's pretty close, but I think they're gonna win this. Yeah, looks pretty bad. They're still trying really hard. There's another army going out of barracks and another catch. They're really persistent. Okay, there's some balance right now. They really need to push right now. Don't they see this? I wouldn't push with this though. Yeah, that's a bad choice. It will still be enough, I think, but... Okay, pretty nice catch from the bottom. The best they could hope for in these circumstances. But they're both dying. Okay, there's some chance the bottom will win this, but it's really tough at the moment. They've got some nice catches and they... yeah, the bottom is winning this. Some problems here, but I still think it's better for the bottom at the moment. They probably defended themselves quite well. They need to prepare for the next wave though, and that might be a problem. This is a problem too. This is a problem. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but they survive for now. Still, Mitralis' base is not working well at the moment, and I'm pretty sure it's a question of time before the top wins. You can see they're pushing further and further towards the bottom. They should probably go out and attack while they still can, because the next reinforcement is gonna kill them. Yeah, they seem to reach the same conclusion, I guess. Not bad. And now they're going back. It's a bit campy map, right? Mostly in a good way. Mostly. Right, now the bottom has a lot of troops. They could attack somehow. I still don't understand why Mithras isn't fixing his base. Some obvious problems with the roads, with the way iron production works, etc, etc. I don't know. On the other hand, what I don't understand either is how the bottom has way more troops right now than the top. Because, okay, seems like Regis has some strange situation regarding iron. You should probably start. Exactly. So it seems like he's trading the jackets for iron. This is interesting trade, but definitely a good idea in his situation. And Regis should probably do the same. Oh, trading food. Why? What kind of arm? What kind of base does he have to need that? But yeah, it seems like his food production is good enough. I really wish we had the beta stats, because I really can't see how 12 farm base with a with a vineyard still fails to survive. Okay, so let's make a quick count. We've got 12 farms, which means 6, which means 4, 8 buildings using them. So 5, 6, 7, 1 left. He could make one more pig farm if I'm counting correctly. But this is fine as well as it is. But this should produce a lot of corn, and indeed it does. They're not bringing though. So yeah, he needs the sixth pig farm, I think. But still, it makes completely no sense that people are dying in this base with so many sausages being made. Yeah, this is like the best food production out of all players, I think. Unless something changed on the bottom. But not really. So I don't understand this. The base is a bit big, but still. By the way, should try to attack, really. It's a good moment to do this. It was, at least. Maybe still is. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be a tough and long game, it seems. finally have some movement here. Almost fell asleep. It seems like the bottom team is going from the top, from the right side, I mean. And I have no idea why. I really have no idea why, but Mickey and Regis are going back to the base like here. I don't get it. It was so obvious what the bottom is doing. And this is such a brilliant move because they can easily block them like right here. They're a bit too slow, but they can. I think they can, yeah. I would probably try a storm attack like over here. And seems like Regis is a bit behind and he can't really support. Yeah, they really need to make this not be able to go like here. But it seems like Mickey chickened out a little bit. Okay, so this looks pretty nice for the bottom team. I think they have a real chance right now. And if they do it right, they should send reinforcements to the back here. Okay, Mickey is trying to go over to the other side. Yeah, I love this. Anti-camping measures. They're just gonna start destroying Mickey's base. And they can't do anything about it. I mean, when you can camp inside enemy base, it surely changes things a little bit, right? But at this point of time, I would just block these and these areas. Okay, Mitralas is going in for a fight here. This is a brilliant move because they can't really do anything. Oh, no, 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 not like this. Come on. I don't know if this is gonna work because they can't get shot at. The key was to catch it here. To have superior shooting here. There's a nice maneuver here to kill the bows. There's some strange maneuvers from W33 over here. Overall, I think W33 is gonna lose on the right side and Mitrela's lost like hell on the left. This was a terrible choice. Should have attacked like here, somewhere here maybe, to prevent from getting shot over the mountain. Such a GG move. They have nowhere to go back now. It was a brilliant idea, but they executed it terribly. Really, really bad. Really. Yep. We can all go to sleep now. But I'll definitely take a long look at the stats because there was some unusual stuff happening in the bases. Yep. That was a self-kill move, I'd say. I mean, okay, maybe from Mitralas, because the idea was really good, but I really can't see how he didn't see that he should attack like here. Not here. Come on. He sandwiched himself again. Alright. GG. Let's take a look at the stats. So obviously W33 had a massive army advantage. You could feel it during the game, and I don't really think he had a lot of... oh, he had a lot of militia, it seems. Militia? Not really militia. He had a lot of wooden shields as well. So there's a high chance he had a lot of X-Men actually. And you can see that there was a massive advantage in army for W33, but then Mitralas was a bit worse, so it seems a bit balanced, I think. Yeah. Slightly better for the bottom, but on the other hand, it was pretty hard to attack on this map. There's a big battlefield over here, so yeah. I want to take a look at the economy graph as well. Food production. Reg is the worst somehow. Warfare production. I don't remember what I wanted to see. Definitely tree trunks. Mitrailleuse is probably going to be the worst. No, it was Regis. I thought we are gonna see a large dip down from Mitrailleuse. At least, yeah, the speed was a bit worse later on, but nothing too great. Pretty weird graph from Regis. Like, it goes way faster for a while and then completely stale. Funny. Yeah. Gold production from Mitrailleuse also had its problems, as you can see. But he wasn't the only one. Similar things happening over at Regis's base. I still expected that Mitrailleuse's gold will take a big dig upwards at some point of time. Sausages graph. Okay, let's all go back to sleep. Thank you for watching, and I don't know what's the next game going to be. Tomorrow we've got a game between Lilita and Gloss against Alonso. Probably somebody's going to stream this. Not sure if me. A bit late, but I'll consider it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.